amateurs hack systems, professionals hack people. So again, it's easiest to hack people instead of systems. And social engineering is one big one. So, you know, somebody acts like something that they're not to get information from you so they can better themselves. One example of this is, like I said, we've actually heard a lot of stories that go around law firms and wire transfer fraud. And so I just wanted to say there was this one firm in North Carolina. This is a really, really common story that we've heard. So there's this firm in North Carolina. They received a phone call, supposedly from the bank, saying, "Hey, we noticed some interesting activity on your account. We just want to verify we're talking to the right person. What's your username and password?" So that firm gave the person on the phone their bank username and password, and the bank said, "Great, thanks so much. Hey, we're gonna send you a code, and just, you know, we just want to make sure that you are who you are. Let us know what the code is, and then, you know, we're gonna talk about the issues with your account." So instead, unbeknownst to the law firm, the people on the phone actually signed into their bank, initiated a wire transfer, and sent them the code needed for the wire transfer. So the law firm received the code. They said, "Oh, here's our code." And the people on the phone put it in. They said, "Oh, great, yeah, you are who you are." And then they went on to just have a fake conversation about, you know, what was wrong with their account. At the end, they were like, "Oh, it just turned out to be an internal error. It's fine." So they hang up, and 30 minutes later, the firm finds out that there was a wire transfer that they didn't know about, that they didn't authorize. And in fact, it ended up being the person on the phone that allowed it all to happen. So like I said, and that is just a very common thing that we've been hearing more and more lately. So again, that is a very common social engineering scheme aimed at attorneys. Another one is they'll call you and appear like they're a nonprofit, they're from a nonprofit, and they'll try to get some sort of wire transfer normally. And then the final one that's really, really common is they'll send emails to you as your client. So it's really actually quite easy to send an email as somebody else. It's called email spoofing. An 8-year-old could do it. It's so easy. So they'll send emails to you as your client, and, you know, they'll say, "Hey, are you at the office? Can we send a wire out today? I found out from the bank the cutoff time for international payments. I'm busy. Just go ahead and do it and email me when it's done." And, you know, anytime you get anything like that from your clients, it's definitely something that you'll need to say, "Hey, you know, I need to put something in place where there's, again, some sort of two-factor authentication. Like, if they email me, you have to talk to them on the phone," or something along those lines. So, you know, having processes in place to combat social engineering is, again, it's part of that knowledge that needs to happen. So social engineering is definitely an issue, and attorneys are one of the main people that, you know, they'll go after, because you guys have such important information, and information that allows them to steal a lot of stuff. John?
Yeah, Stacey, I just wanted to jump in on that. Get calls from some clients and asking, "Hey, is this stuff really happening, you know, in Pennsylvania, you know, in Western Pennsylvania, you know, Middle PA?" And I can just confirm that this kind of stuff is happening. I mean, on our, you know, book of cyber insurance, I can tell you that obviously there have been claims, and whether they're, you know, funds transfers, or just, you know, hacks into the system to try to get information such as, you know, social security numbers, EIN numbers, you know, birth date, health records of clients. It's happening all the time, and it happens to everywhere. And like I said, you know, the smaller law firms that don't have a ton of money to spend on, you know, high-priced security systems, you know, they're considered low-hanging fruit, or, as I said, the easy targets for the cyber. So just, you know, be careful.
Bearing in mind, just to kind of add to that, you know, like Don said, the low-hanging fruit doesn't have the, you know, the money to spend on it. The banks, on the other hand, in the past 5 years have spent about $90 billion on guarding against this stuff. So they're making it a lot harder to get into their information. So people are kind of moving on from them and trying to find what's the easiest thing to get into. And attorneys and accountants are kind of the next step to where they want to be.
Thanks for listening. And remember, I'm Don I, your insurance guy.